I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Let's get it on. Good morning and welcome to Live and Learn. It is the Morning Gratitude Show here at 5:05 a.m. from the subway station. How are you? It is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. It's fucking cold. Oh no, you're going to get demonetized. Yeah, let's demonize and demonetize. Yeah. Oh, elevators. And, oh yeah, it's a cold one. Oh. Here, let's put on some gloves. Wait a sec. Oh, you're gross. You're so gross, Sully. Shut up. You sound like my ex-wife. You were never married, Sully. Oh, rub my failures in my face. Or is that a triumph at this point? I don't know. 8 minutes until the train gets here. We could hang down here. I wish they had some of those fry lamps. It's a fry lamp. It's a heat lamp. It casts some kind of, warmth, heat. I wonder what. Maybe it's because of the unhoused population that they took those away. I don't know. How are you doing today? Welcome to Live and Learn. It's the Morning Gratitude Show, first thing in the morning from the Reverend Sully channel here on YouTube. Please smash that like button, like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications, ring that bell, smash that like button. It really helps the algorithm suggest our little program to the masses, that the unwashed plebeians that need this kind of wisdom to fulfill their meaningless lives. What? What are you going on about? I hope the audio holds out. I mean, because it's cold. It's so cold that, the wire gets brittle and could easily snap. That kind of stuff. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oof. A morning so cold, it reminds me of my wedding night. You were never married, Sully. I know, but you don't ruin my joke. Please. I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Here we are, first thing in the morning at the subway station here on Live and Learn, the Gratitude Show. Live and Learn. Whew, it was a cold night last night. Yeah, I got down to about 12 degrees Fahrenheit. And now that, I'm kind of on my own, I'll be completely on my own as of February 1st. And in my mom's condo. So, I only crank up the heat before I go to bed. You know what I mean? So I turned into that dad character that's you know what I do now? I unplug shit. We'll get to that. Live and Learn, the Gratitude Show. I start off my morning with a gratitude list. I start that gratitude list off with the Foundation 8. It's not just to repeat myself for content's sake, maybe just a little bit, but it's to offer a framework for my personal discipline of, what works for me. What did I need? I needed constant repetition. I needed practice. Wax on, wax off, that kind of thing. That's from the Karate Kid. a 40-year-old movie that still possesses cultural relevance if you're watching the Cobra Kai, television show on the Netflix channel. I don't do Netflix because of cuties. Oh, that's so 2021 of you, Sully. Oh, why don't you grow up? Why don't you get over it? Oh, sure, okay. Fine, if you say so. I start off my gratitude list with the foundation. 8, I am grateful and blessed for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. And from there, I elaborate and I add to that. Gratitude has really helped me. I'm an only child from a broken home. My parents divorced when I was 4. They were young teenagers. He was abusive, physically, emotionally, psychologically. So I grew up in an abusive home. And, and then my mom and I, went on with our lives. And we made the best of it. But my hard drive was formatted during those formative years with, screaming, fighting, yelling, hitting, crying. It's like that's my childhood, and it's taken a long time. So I suffer from the chronic mopies, the chronic angries, and the chronic lonelies, and I have all my life. I'm an only child. I had to spend a lot of time alone. That's okay. I'm kind of used to it now, and I would make an excellent astronaut. That solo astronaut making trips alone with his cargo between space stations and space elevators. Oh boy. Oh, the train will be here in just a second. Serious, let's see how long. 2 minutes. Can I get my money back, money back, money back? Can I have my money back, please, sir? Alrighty. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're warm and safe. On this cold winter morning in early January. And, so, I mean, I'm still the same person, same bank account, same body, same socks. Someone's staring at me. I'm looking right at them through the corner of my eye as they stared at me. The subway's weird. At least we're not in New York City. It's so funny that it's not funny. It's not funny at all. The New York City subway system is so dangerous, but now you have these new parking traffic laws in Manhattan called congestion zones. So people that actually live in the city, if they need to drive cross town to pick up their kids from something, there's fees and tolls. It's to ultimately it's to get people to not drive as much. That's, what I mean? That's the whole point of it. And what's the best way to not drive as much? Take the subway. But can you, it's not 1983 anymore. You know what I mean? Can you trust your 10 and 11-year-old alone on the subway in Manhattan? Would you? Especially with people being set on fire, people being pushed into the tracks, all that kind of awful shit that's in New York. And then that's only the reported violence. That's only the shit that broke the surface because of social media. There's got to be so many more unreported, crime, assaults, all the good shit, And the buses must be bad too, It's not just the subways, but I mean, yeah, you can't. Oh, here we go. Here's the train. But yeah, I mean, what's a parent supposed to do? He's supposed to let you know, oh, no, we have to trust, our governor who says it was safe. Really? And of all the expenses of having a car, now you have this? Between gas and insurance and towing and parking, all that stuff. Oh, good. We can take off some layers. I hope you're having a great morning. I hope the audio holds out.
Next stop.
I'm unzipping my stuff like Jamie Lannister after season 2. Oh, it's your big bald head. Good morning. Here we are. Now we can really get started with the show. Ha ha ha. Here we go. No, I didn't pick my nose. I wasn't wiping my nose either. It was kind of like an elongated scratch, the long, slow stretch. I got a stretch. Speaking of scratch, I got a stretch on the bridge of my nose. Oh boy, that's great. So I live somewhere over there. Once again, blessed and grateful that the T is running. The MBTA, the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority. Cold, cold morning. Please say a prayer for the unhoused population. Homeless folk. I mean, geez, it's people die in this kind of weather. People also get desperate. But yeah, gratitude. It's odd to see a subway train going the other way until you get to Boston. Because, I mean, what if you needed to get from like JFK UMass to Quincy Center at 5 in the morning? You're fucked. Because that train ain't coming till like 5:40 or so. You're not getting, you know what I mean? Just like, yeah, it's like, what do I know? I'm not a transportation executive. I've just been taking the subway all my life. Happy Tuesday. Did I get a good night's sleep? I think so. I just, woke up in the middle of the night to go pee, and then it takes like about an hour to get back to sleep. And so I've I don't use an alarm clock anymore, like probably everyone. I just use my phone. And so I keep my phone display down all night. Don't look at the time. It'll stress me out. It'll stress me out in a way. Like, oh no, I only got 2 hours to sleep. Yeah, no. Just be gentle to yourself. Relax. Let go. Get as much sleep as you can without stressing about it. Your body wants sleep. Your mind wants sleep. Your soul wants sleep. It really does. I know I can sleep for 10 hours. Jeez, I love extra sleep. I really do. Did I have a solid breakfast? Kinda. I mean, I had like 4 bites of my chocolate cake and pudding parfait. I should not be eating these things, man. I'm too fat. And plus, it's like, I make a big deal about buying stuff. So is it a balance? Is it just ignorance? Is it just not giving a fuck? Who cares? It's if I was really serious about it, I would be really serious about it. But I try to eat as least as possible of high fructose corn syrup. If you're gonna eat anything with sugar in it, have real cane sugar, you know, and so like, I'm just thinking the inert ingredients of my little parfait cup. It's got to be fraught with high fructose corn syrup. If it's not the, you know, the devil's food cake mix that's made for the for the cake part of it, it's the canned pudding that makes the other layer. Or I don't even think that's listen, I'm a chef. I know what whipped cream tastes like. I know what whipped topping tastes like. Whipped topping isn't really whipped cream. It's like a lot of different artificial things. And because whipped cream will, like, over time will separate. You know what I mean? Because that's just like it's kind of almost like it's a state in going from milk to cream to butter to yogurt. I mean, I'm a chef. I know what I'm talking about. Have a drink for the hard-working people. Raise your glass for the salt of the earth. Say a prayer
Next stop,
for...
North Quincy.
It's a Rolling Stone song. There are no business executives on this first subway of the day. First train of the morning. It's all blue-collar folks, just like me. Wow. Love it. This guy's old school. He's got a paper Boston Herald. Paper Boston Herald runs for $4.50. I know, for yesterday's news. I used to love reading the newspaper. I could read at a very young age, very early age. There's like this big story. 3 years old. We're over at the Masseys. The Masseys are my first friends. My mom's best friend, Marie. Her son, Marie's son, Brian, who's like a year and like 2 months younger than me. So we're only, I can be 2 years older than him for a couple of months. But I was born in November, and he was born in April.
No smoking,
and that
please.
matters when it comes to elementary school. So I was only one grade ahead of him. Yeah, we're over at the Masseys. I can see it in my mind. They would hang out, have some drinks, the kids play. It's all good. That was like our found family.
Next stop.
We would never have made it in the
JFK
projects without the Masseys. But I can still see the box. I can see from that from the kids' eye point of view, and I remember it was Marie. She said, I was like, okay, kids, come on, we're going to have cake now. And she's got a box of, Entenmann's. Oh, Entenmann's is a United States brand of bakery stuff. It's a brand. Like Tasty Cakes, Drake's, Hostess. No, there's Entenmann's. It's a white box with a blue banner, and she's like, "Okay, kids, we're gonna have cake." And I remember pointing at the box. I was like, "No, that says Boston cream pie." And it was Boston cream pie. And the adults were like, "Wow, from the mouths of babes." But I could read at a very early age. I read the newspaper. I read the Boston Globe. That's why my preferred newspaper. There was the Boston Herald American. There was the South Boston Tribune. This was in the 20th century, way before the internet, you know. I would love the sports page, going over all the baseball box scores. I would love just going over all the out-of-town hockey games, the transactions. Like when I was in, when I got a little older and had video games, like something like the Sega Genesis, I would make every single inconsequential trade. Nowadays, it's just like, I guess you can just like hit a button and it automatically updates your rosters with every available trade. That's great. But yeah, back then you didn't have that. I would read the opinion editorial page, usually the last two pages of the first section of the paper. And that's where you would find opinion pieces. That's where you would find politically charged editorial pieces coming from one side of the aisle or the other. Nowadays, journalists, you have been confused with activism. They just, that comes from, you know, colleges, whatever college, you know, and it's all, or it seems to be all just like one side of the aisle. And it's just like, how is this truth? How is this reporting? How is this journalism? Journalism is a science. Who, what, where, when, how, why. Cui bono? Who profits? Who benefits? I could have gone for like 5 more hours of sleep between us girls. Girl talk we got going on here. I'm grateful and blessed though. I mean, it was like a nice toasty bed, flannel sheets, fleece, a giant comforter, not down feathers, no down feathers. I'm allergic to down. I'm kind of on a diet. I'm grateful for that too. I'm grateful for the wisdom to be like, okay, you really need to stop eating so much. And once again, I'm always impressed with the lights of the highway. Stretching all the way back and all the way forward. And traffic is moving. I mean, they're a little backed up. There must be something going on. I mean, it's 5:30 in the morning. I wonder what's up. Well, I'm also grateful and blessed, once again, for my public transportation. I've never owned a car. Half a century old. I have my license. Speaking of, I need to get a new license. I need that real ID thing so I can fly on a plane. Here's to your freedoms, huh? I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. But yeah, just imagine being a driver. Imagine, well, if you, I mean, that's unfair to say too. If you live in New York City, you can afford that.
JFK,
But that's me presuming. That's unfair. There's tons of poor people living in New York City. Here comes JFK UMass. And we're coming up to 25 minutes on this, so let's wrap it up for the morning. Thank you very much for tuning in to the morning show, the Live and Learn Gratitude Show, first thing in the morning, where we start our day just reminding ourselves about gratitude and about the amazing impact it can have on a human. It can really help you if you allow it to. I mean, it helped me severely. You get so angry and so frustrated and overthink and ruminate and be hateful and lash out. You know, maybe it was the fire of youth. Maybe this is just, getting older and just mellowing out, gaining wisdom. It's nice. I feel good that I've lived this long that I was able to overcome all that anger and to negotiate it and
Next stop, Andrew.
to gain peace. Yeah. I am grateful for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. And from there I elaborate. I build on that. Thanks for spending some time with me in your morning. Maybe you're having coffee, maybe you're on your commute. So God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you with more gratitude and more videos in the later. All right, bye-bye.